Hello and welcome to the TheKnitGirlls. This is episode 509. I'm Laura, also known as Lala.
I am Leslie, also known as You Don't Call Me Les. Today is Wednesday, November
18th.
Thank you. I just looked it up and I have no memory today, apparently.
Well, you're not feeling well. It's been like a plague-driven week for both of us, I feel like.
Yeah. We kept putting this off because one day I had a headache, one day Laura didn't feel good, and then yesterday I had another health thing, and it's like I just want to crawl in bed and pull the blanket over my head and sleep for a week.
And mine is not COVID, even though you might hear me cough. I was tested 3 times last week, so it is not. That is for certain. 100% certain not COVID. Don't know what it is.
I mean, it could have been. It's not like you're not exposed to it.
Yeah.
But it is not. Anyway, if we start talking about the depressing state of our county, we will probably never stop. So let's move on.
Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go
I'm
first?
in the middle of a row, so if you don't mind going first, that would be awesome.
I've really only knit on. No, that's a lie. I knit on the socks too, but I don't know where I'll find them. I'm a well-prepared podcaster. I knit on 3 things this week, one of which I'm wearing. So the first thing that I'm working on is my niece asked for she asked for socks. So I cast on a pair of tube socks, and I'm going to show them to y'all when I get to the end of this row. Here we go. This is the second one. So this is the first one, and they look teeny tiny, and that's because they're ribbed on one side. So there's ribbing at the top. I cast on 48 stitches using a twisted German cast on, so they'd be nice and stretchy. And the top part of the sock is ribbed, and the bottom part is stockinette. I went for 12 total inches and then started the toe. So these are tube socks because I want them to be able to fit her for a while, or fit someone for a while.
And she is how old?
She will be 9. So she's still, growing.
Knee high to a grasshopper?
Sure. She's still growing.
That's what my grandma used to say.
Aw.
Knee high to a grasshopper.
So I wanted something that could grow with her a little bit. So yeah. And this is out of Republic of Wool in the Peony Pop colorway. This is her twist fingering base. So I'm even using some of my precious Republic of Wool. But don't worry, I restocked.
I was going to say, I really don't. You can only call it precious if you have a certain amount. And I think that your levels are a little higher than that amount.
So I am knitting these on these things.
Flip sticks?
Nope. Flip sticks are the these are Flexi Flips squared. So they're the same square needles as the Addy squared, but they're 12 inches long, which is why my sock is 12 inches long, plus the toe, because it was an easy measuring device. So they're a little bit longer than the traditional Flexi Flips, which I believe are 10 inches. So they're just a smidge longer, and they're perfect for small diameter projects. So you get 3 in a pack. So it's basically working on 2 circular needles or magic looping. But yeah, so that has been the main thing that I've been working on. I did work on my sock a little bit, and I might have buried it underneath some stuff. And then I also worked on my finished object some. I have no idea where I put that sock. Anyway, I'll find it. My Knit Spin Farm sock. Y'all have seen it quite a bit. I worked on it last week, It's not in my backpack. It must be on the couch. Anyway, it's the same as what it was last week, except like 20 more rows. So that's it for me. That's all I got.
Okay, well, I only have one thing. I didn't manage to get anything seamed this week for the granny squares. I've been working on my heavily modified Celadon, which is a shawl by Amba O'Brien. The way that she designed it, it is knit in color blocks. I don't have a pattern with me, but I'm knitting it with one, I say solid, one continuous color, which is Heather's in the Leading Men Fiber Arts. I think this is the dramaturg base. And then the other was a mini skein pack from Frabjous Fibers. A Mad Hatter pack. This is the last. Let's see.
Are you down to the last color?
Well, no, I'm working on number 4. So I'm modifying this in that I do one garter stripe, so 2 rows in one color, and then alternate with the other color.
Whereas the pattern has big blocks of color.
Right. It has like a solid color up into a certain point, and then you do gradient colors, and then you end with a solid color again. Mine, I'm just sort of slowly working through the mini skein pack, and I'm on the decreases. You can sort of see where that happens here. And I'm on the decreases now. And this is what I've got left of the color that I'm on. But this is the next color, which is a very like shocking color change. So I'm not sure how that's going to work if I get to that color. We'll see.
I think it'll be fun.
But yeah, so I've been working on and off on this. The decrease section, I had to put a marker here because I've got 8 garter stripes from that point is when I change the rate of decreases. So I have to remember to go back and look at that. But that's pretty much all that I've been working on, with the exception of my one finished object, which is Lemonade Shop Bulky. I made a brioche hat. This one was pretty quick. It was in the flannel colorway. And it's
I like that hat pattern. I've knit it like 4 times.
Yeah, so it's very stretchy. It goes over my giant headphones. But this will go to my sister. She and her kids and her husband asked for hats, so they will get hats. Cool. But yeah, so this was about 100 yards. It worked up pretty quickly.
That's the size. Chubby brioche hat, right?
Yep. And the links for that are in our show notes, which are at TheKnitGirlls with 3Ls.com. But yeah, so this is a superwash merino. And makes me happy because I like brioche.
I know you love brioche. Are you going to do, what other hats do you have planned?
I don't know. I've got a lot of worsted. So like I picked out a couple of things when I've been working on reorganizing my craft room, and it's so overwhelming. I've probably spent 12 hours on it off and on, and it's still, there's just a lot. But I picked out a few things to knit up. So loop, this is the yin and yang, but this is like the worsted, I think.
Yeah, I love that base.
Erin. So this is before she called it yin and yang. Then this is Farm Girl Fibers in the strawberry margarita color. So super bright pink. And then this one grabbed my attention too. This is Picket
like another
sized
crafty girl.
world. Yeah, another crafty girl. Oh, pocket sized world. It's from Polly Pocket.
It's the Polly Pocket colorway. Yeah.
I like this sort of mint mixed with all those other pastels. So this might be something for me rather than for my sister. But yeah, I picked out a few things to wind because hats are quick. So
They are. I like them. They're like potato chip knitting for me.
yeah.
One of my favorite things to knit.
That's it for me for knitting and for finished objects. What about
Well,
you?
I am wearing my Ursa Minor, which you can kind of see me. So I'm wearing it with a tunic top. It I redid the neckline this week. So what I did was I had bound off and I repicked up and it like 5 rows. So I almost ran out of yarn and then rebound off. So like on the sides, it doesn't, and I bound off purlwise. So on the sides, it's not really curling in, but on the front, it's got more space to curl because it's not. So it kind of almost looks like a cowl neck, and I'm really digging it. I wore it to work today, and the kids seem to like it. It is, so it's Barocco Vintage Chunky, and it is pilling a lot. But I will sweater stone it. And then I had to take it off at one point and it had like shed all over my black shirt. But so maybe not the best fiber choice. Barocco Chunky, Vintage Chunky is an acrylic. I have one skein left that I haven't wound. So if you need this for a hat, you can grab it.
I've got plenty.
Okay. It's a 50% acrylic, 40% wool, 10% nylon blend. But this is knit at such a loose gauge that the stitches have lots of room to move around a party,
Yep.
and that causes pilling. And merino is a short staple fiber, which is also going to cause pilling, but that's okay.
Is
Was
it
nice.
merino wool or is it just, does it
Oh,
just say
I
wool?
don't know. No, it just says wool. I'm a liar. And I don't know what fiber is actually pilling off of it because it could just be one type of fiber. But yeah, it was cozy today at work. It was like 40 when I woke up, so
wow.
it was cool. And I haven't turned the heat on in my house yet. So
I don't get to
inside my
control
house,
that in my house.
it
So
was like 59. So you just need to come live with me.
no, you don't keep your house cool enough for me.
Not in the summertime.
No.
Now it's super cool.
Yeah.
I can be your fall winter house.
There you go.
And then you'll be like Persephone. So I'm like Hades, and you can come live with me during the winter months.
Mm.
And then Michael can be your Demeter. Or yeah. That you go to and live in spring and summer.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but
It's Greek mythology.
well, I mean, I gathered that, but I didn't know that people lived in different places at different times.
So Persephone, I might be butchering this, but Persephone, Hades tricks her into staying with him by eating pomegranate seeds. But Demeter won't start spring. She's like the earth goddess. And she won't do well, she's over like planting and like plant growth and stuff like that. And she won't allow spring to happen and crops and such until her daughter Persephone is returned to her for. So it's like an explanation. It's like a super soap opera explanation of why the seasons change.
Okay.
There you go.
No crazier than anything else.
um so yeah, I don't even know. Oh, so my house is nice and cool, so I got to wear my sweater today, and it's been fairly cool outside. It was a high of like 66 today.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
And I wasn't outside when it was sunlight, so
Yeah. I sat outside with the dogs for about 15 minutes today. It was nice.
I need to find a place where I can sit outside and like read for 15 minutes a day during the workday, but that's never going to happen. Because where I would like to do that, there are chickens, and I'm not a fan. Anyway, so I finished this, and I also went down to tens to do this. So I did go down a needle size as well. I think it came out okay.
Yeah, I mean, it still to me looks very wide necked, but
Yeah,
it doesn't look
but
like
it's
it's
in
falling
like
off of
another
you.
inch. Yeah, it's no longer falling off, which was the important part because it was before. So if I was to knit this again, I would go down. I went down one size. I guess I would go down 2 sizes. And maybe a little bit less ease. I do like the amount of ease that's in this, but because it's got that ease, it's not that my arm's not fitted, it's that it's wide here.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? So it's got like 7 inches of ease is what the pattern calls for. So it's wide. Just gonna group my armpits for y'all for a while. Do you have any spinning or other crafting?
I do have a little bit of. I finished my 4 ounces of
Ooh.
warm woolen mittens. It's all in one bobbin, so it's not like fancy or anything. But
Oh, pretty.
I've got another 4 ounces of it that I'm going to spin and then ply it together. It'll just be a 2-ply. And this is from Hip Strings, and it comes in the form of top. And yeah,
Is
so
it
this
top
is.
or roving?
I don't know what the difference is.
So roving is like the
It's been
it's
pulled through a disc.
yeah, so it's roving.
Okay.
So top is when it's combed fiber and it's all going like all the fibers are lined up going the same direction. And
Oh,
carded
well, it might be that. I mean, they
carded
all
fiber.
felt like they were going in the same direction. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's probably on the Hip String site. I will bring the tag next time, and it will tell me, I'm sure,
Yeah, I'm sure.
what type of fiber it is. But I've got another 4 ounces of it too, so I need to put another bobbin on the Daedalus and start spinning the second 4 ounces of it.
Yeah.
So,
And you have a Starling version 1.
sure. Yep.
That's the wheel that you have.
I
Just
have
so
a
you know.
Starling. I don't know how many versions
Yeah.
there are now, but
There's 3 now. But
uh,
anyway.
but it's very quiet. It is essentially silent, and that is good for me because I have issues with certain types of repetitive noises that take me from 0 to homicide in like a blink of an eye. So, yeah. Do you have some spinning?
I do. I applied some when Leslie was here the other day, but I didn't wind it off and I didn't bring that bob in.
Mm-hmm.
But I did spin some on my Sterling, which is a version 2. What color is your wheel? Is it red?
It's purple.
It's purple. I didn't realize that. That's cool.
I've had
I
it at
was
your house. We've
just
taken it to SSK. Like,
I remember colors. Mine is teal. I'm going to show people mine because I have it right here. And it doesn't have anything on it right now because I finished 4 ounces of Jacob Top that I started spinning. And it is from Nerd Girl Yarns. I got this at Flyaway, I think, the year that we went. So a couple years ago. And it's called We're All Mad Here, which is an Alice in Wonderland reference. But I got it because I had never seen 100% Jacob Bull top. It's not super common in the United States. I guess it's more common in Great Britain, where more Jacob sheep exist.
yeah.
But yeah, it was a nice spin. I'm excited to see how, and I just did end to end. I didn't divide any, I divided it in half and then spun end to end. So we'll see how it comes out. I'm currently plying the Starling, the other Starling fiber. So that's being plied. But I didn't finish it because it's silk, merino, Angelina blend. So it's just a little bit more yardage. Your warm wool and mittens looked really pretty though.
It's going to probably be 6 months before I finish the other 4 ounces, but you know.
Oh, that's fun. To each their own. What are you eating?
I started a book series that you recommended to me, actually.
Ooh.
Death and Relaxation, which is the series is called Ordinary Magic. It's a town called Ordinary in the Pacific Northwest somewhere. I forget if it's Oregon or Washington. It's an adult male female fantasy. And the general premise is that it's a town where gods can take a vacation, but they have to like hand over their powers while they're there. And so in the first book, which is the one I'm on, I just started the series. It's cute. I like it. Heimdall just died. And so when one of the gods dies, the main character has to like hold their power until a new god is chosen or whatever. I don't know. I'm still sort of in the middle of it. So I'm reading that. It's got 6 books in the series, I think, but I just started the first one.
There's a lot of short stories, so it kind of all blurs together. Like, it's hard to tell what's full length
Okay.
and what's novellas.
And then I'm re-listening to John Scalzi books. I just sort of have been in the mood for John Scalzi, who is a science fiction writer. But he's got a very definite like voice, and Will Wheaton narrates a lot of his stuff, which is another point in its favor. So I re-listened to The Android's Dream and finished that yesterday, and started re-listening to Fuzzy Nation, which is probably my third or fourth listen to it, which is about this guy who's like mining for a company on another planet. And they're mining for,
Is this the spider one?
No.
Okay.
They're mining for different metals and stuff, and he comes across this, what he assumes is like an intelligent mammal that like looks kind of like a cat on Earth, but it ends up being sentient life, like sapient life. And it sort of throws everything into disarray, but it's a really interesting, cute sort of gateway into science fiction. I like John Scalzi's books a lot. I think Ready Player 2 is either coming out next week or came out this week. I can't remember.
Ooh. Do you want me to look it up for you?
No, I don't care that much. I haven't decided. Kobe and I both are like, we don't know how we feel about it, because Ready Player One, the book was fantastic. It was like nothing else that had been out there. It was really good. The audiobook was really good. The movie was so terrible. And, clearly Ernest Cline, who wrote the book, um, I have to assume that he was motivated to write another book by whoever his, publisher or whatever, because it's the way that the book ended. That seemed like it was kind of done, like that, like the story was finished, and I worry that by doing a second book, it's going to ruin the first one. So if anyone has read it,
It
or
comes
listened
out
to
next
it,
week. I did look at it for you.
okay. I am curious what other people think. I'm not going to read it or listen to it yet. I'm going to wait and see what some other people think. I really loved Ready Player One so much, and I'm so gun shy about getting ruined with the second
I mean,
book.
that's why I've never finished the Alana Andrews, Kate Daniels series, because
Well, I'm telling you, I loved it. I mean, I hate that it ended. I felt like they could go on for another 10 years and I'd read it.
well, they are coming out with the new one, based on her stepdaughter.
Julie, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Would
I'm
you
looking
like
forward to, because in the end, well, I don't want to ruin it for you, but it does leave it open for Julie's story to continue at the end of the last Kate Daniels. Hey, Pearl.
You look, yeah. Just like, do you have treats, mommy? I hear my Auntie Leslie, she would give me treats. And she would snuggle with me, and we would be besties for forever.
This is true. What about you? What have you been reading?
So I am still listening to the Alana Andrews third book in the Hidden Legacy series. And I read a graphic novel at work. It's called The Trespasser by Brina Bard. It is the main character's name is Gabby, and she and her family have like a summer home on the lake that's been passed down through their family. And so they're on their the week that they spend there for summer vacation, and there's some inter-family issues going on. But she sees this big house that's on the lake, and there's like a mystery behind what happened in that house. And she decides to start writing this mystery. She loves to read. She loves Agatha Christie. And she decides to start writing her own version of what happened. But there's still people around that's not necessarily the true version. So it also can cause some drama. But it's called The Trespassers. It's cute if you like graphic novels. It's not like in my top 20, but I can see some of my kids who really like mystery type elements enjoying it.
Yeah.
I'm doing a terrible job of selling it. I'll do a better job when I book talk it, but it's not like the best graphic novel, but it's cute.
I mean, it's
If you
okay to
have,
not love everything you read.
oh yeah, if you have kids who like Raina Telgemeier type stuff, like Ghost by Raina Telgemeier, I think this would be another thing that you could put in their hands and they would enjoy. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it for me. We are going to pull some prizes for our Ravelry people.
For the Craft All the Things, which
yeah.
was held from mid-September until the 1st of November.
And we've been kind of delaying pulling prizes because Instagram's doing some stuff with hashtags right now, which is not very conducive to us pulling. But we are going to pull from Ravelry today, and then we'll pull Instagram when they finally allow us to see the posts and our hashtag.
So I'm going to do a share my screen. I am using classic Ravelry, but if Ravelry is triggers any issues, vision wise, please just bear in mind I am going to switch over to Ravelry.
And we'll put all the winners in the show notes. So if you want to say goodbye to us at this point, you totally can. And just check the show notes at TheKnitGirlls with 3ls.com. And we will go from there.
And I'll put a link I'll create a Google form and put a link where the winners can fill in their address information so we can get the prizes sent to them. So if you will just make a note of who wins what prize. So we have 8 prizes to give away?
8 prizes.
Okay.
Add them in this bag.
Let me do a share my screen. All right, can you see my screen? Because it doesn't show me what you see.
I can see your show notes.
Okay. All right, so here's what I'm doing. I'm just at random.org, and I'm telling it to generate 8 random numbers between 2 and 252 because that is how many. We had 252 entries on the thread, and the first one was Laura. So we're just going to do get numbers. Hopefully there aren't any repeats. So the first number is number 13. What is number 13 going to win?
They are going to win this Sakari handmade sailor bag, which is super pretty.
All right, so number 13 is Corvidae, who made a wee pumpkin hat. Corvidae. And post number 13.
Super cute.
It is super cute. All right,
I'm a fan of a wee pumpkin bag.
Second prize is for entry number 89. So that is going to be on the 4th page, I think.
Pearl has left me to go bark at folks.
You are boring.
I mean, I am.
All right, so number 89 is Travel Socks, SOX. and they made their first batch of fire cider, which is a folk remedy purported to help ward off colds and flu. There's a lot
Yes.
of grating and chopping of herbs, veggies, and a little bit of fruit. It's a partial. Sorry, I'm reading about this. I've never. Onions, garlic, ginger, turmeric, rosemary, parsley, lemon, orange, horseradish. Huh. That's interesting. Sounds disgusting, but
And you're gonna win the Poppy Hikari handmade bag.
cool. So that
And
was
thank
number
you everyone who
89.
sent prizes.
Yeah. All right. 228 is the third winner. And so that's going to be, I think, on the 9th page. 228. Nope, that'd be the 10th page, I think. Yeah. All right. 228 is Knitter Chow. And she knit a cowl for cold weather trick or treating.
Ooh.
It's sort of a grayish purple.
She's gonna win this gorgeous yarn in the Autumn Spice colorway from Hopkins Fiber Studio. This Autumn Spice makes me think of like Spice Up Your Life, Spice Girl song. I don't know why. It's stuck in my head.
All right, so that was prize number 3, and that was for 228 Knitter Chow. All right, prize number 4 is post number 76, which will be on page 4. So let me go back there. All right, number 76. That is LMERMD, who made a cute little pumpkin.
Oh, that is super cute. And I like the staging of it.
Yeah.
And she's going to win this gradient from Fiber Nymph Dye Works. And it's her Sunshine base. And it's the Heat Waves Progressing Gradient.
Cool. Looks like candy corn.
Yes, for
And
sure.
this is Jess, I can see because I got a copy of this picture. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, she did a lot of really good. She's knitting or not knitting, sewing a ton of
I
cute
know.
t-shirts.
All right, 103. That's going to be our 5th winner. So I think that's going to be on page number 5. 103 is Lizard Babies, and she made pumpkin spice ice cream.
Yum! I want pumpkin spice ice cream.
That sounds awesome. I will
And
happily
she's
take
gonna
you some of that.
win this little box bag. It's kind of like a yarn bowl in a bag form from Lantern Moon.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, it's super cute.
All right, let's see. The next is 35. And that's going to be on the 2nd page, I believe. And 35. Come on. I guess I didn't click that. There we go. The Ugly Duckling Socks by Hikes and Bikes.
Aw, cute.
With brown yarn she dyed herself. That's pretty.
And she's going to win the color shift yarn set.
Ooh. That is very pretty. I dig myself some jewel tones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was Hikes and Bikes, number 35. All right, the next one is number 228, who already won, so I'll pull another number at the end.
Okay.
And then number 100, which I think is on the last one on the 4th page. So let's go to 4. And let's go to the end. All right, this is Hedgie Lib.
Yes.
And she made a baby sweater for a brand new baby. And she got to do a lot of this during online conferencing.
Oh, cool.
Ooh, she gets
I like that
Katrinkles.
colorway a lot. Yes, good trinkles. The Halloween stitch marker set that I bought an extra one for because it has a glow in the dark ghost, and I thought that was so cool.
Yes, that's super cute. All right, so we're going to go back and we're just going to pick one number now between 2 and 52. And that person is going to win. What are they going to win?
Hopkins Studios Streets of Gold.
All right, this is number 171. So that should be on the 7th page, I think. Yeah.
Ooh, I like those socks. There's some super cute stuff in here.
No.
I really
This is
enjoyed seeing
by
what y'all made.
Christina 78,
78. Oh, cool.
who knit a cowl out of a Knitting in Color Halloween mini skein set. That's super cool.
Nice.
That is very much a Knitting in Color set.
Yes, she's
Sarah
doing
has a
super
very
cute
specific
stuff.
point of view, and she does wonderfully in that point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So if you were a winner, you could go out to our show notes at TheKnitGirlls3ls.com and you fill out the Google form that will be linked there, and just with your address, and we'll get this stuff mailed out to you in the next week or so.
And maybe you'll get it in time for Christmas.
If USPS cooperates,
Yeah.
or wherever you are, we'll mail it regardless of where you are.
Yep.
And we will mark it as a gift if you're in another country, because it is a gift.
Yep.
And we don't know, the reason we haven't pulled from Instagram is because we need to search by hashtag, and we can't do that right now. The way that
we can only search the most popular and not
right.
the most recent. Yeah.
And this isn't a popularity contest, so
I mean, there's that.
I would lose if it were, and I would be so fine with that.
Oh,
but I think that's it. Do you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
I do not.
We're both just so ready to go to bed. We're both just like,
I'm getting out of this in MTGs, and then I'm going to the Daedalus spinning for a couple minutes.
oh, okay. Well, tell them I said hello.
I will.
And we thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you again next week.
Bye, y'all.